my first guest tonight has been nominated for an Emmy as Dr. Jennifer Melfi on the most talked about show on television, next to this one, The Sopranos. Please welcome, I'm such an ass, Lorraine Bracco. Oh, you need your little microphone there. Oh, I better do it.
I had special instructions.
You know, they said we could clip it on. I'm like, I'll do it. Just leave it there. How are you? You look fantastic. You look really good, and you're having a hard time with that.
Yeah.
Okay, clip this one on right here. It'll just hang there.
I knew to pay attention.
Yes.
But I didn't.
Never had an interview like this before. What if you just had to hold it the whole time and talk into it? That'd be really, I think you want to do this. Can I just, please let me in there just for a sec? All right, let's just try and settle down here.
Okay.
Thank you very much for being here. You know, I had a funny experience, which is I went to, when Max was playing with the E Street Band and Bruce Springsteen, he got me tickets, and I went there to see the show. Seats were very far back. And,
They gave me seats very far back, too.
Max, what's going on here?
Okay,
what can I say?
You know.
I had to change currency in those seats.
I got a nosebleed.
I got jet lag getting there. Folks, we got 1 million of these. No, but it was funny. It was very sweet. Everyone in the section was saying, oh, you should have been here last night. The Sopranos had these seats. And I was like, and I'm chopped liver? What's going on here?
No, well, we were kind of spoiled because of Stevie Van Sant. So we had a couple of really
in the band,
Springsteen, soprano evenings that
went on
till dawn.
Yeah, we should end by saying it was an amazing show.
It was, and you know what? I'd seen the show a couple of times.
Right.
So I was there with my sister one of the last nights in the garden, and you know, it's so much fun to be able to watch a band and watch how, like, the conductor conducts the band. But better than that, it's better to watch how Max hops in his chair when he plays the drums. It's very cute.
Well, you know,
I do that here.
You do that little thing, yeah. You see,
yeah, he does. He hops.
Bruce
it's adorable.
has the seat electrified. That's
So
Bruce is like, and I'm out on the road. We gotta get me one of those. Now, I did want to say, you look fantastic tonight. I've noticed one thing about the show, which seems a little unrealistic to me. I've seen many therapists. I think anyone who watches this show regularly would guess that. None of them have ever worn skirts as short as Dr. Melfi on the show.
That's not true. First of all, I fight with David Chase over the length
He's the creator,
these,
right?
Yes, the writer-creator, about the length of my skirts. And in the beginning, I was so nervous that I was afraid that people wouldn't take me to be a real doctor or a real psychiatrist. So I kept cutting my hair shorter and bangs, and I kept going longer, longer, and you know, David Chase kept going, no, shorter, shorter. You know, he'd say to the costume designers.
That's right. He's like, wear this bathing suit for this scene, yeah. Now, since you started playing a psychiatrist, do you have people, because a lot of times people confuse TV with reality. And you must have people coming up to you saying they want help or they want advice.
Well, I get a lot of Dr. Melfi, you want to drink. I get a lot of that.
Right.
But yeah, that people always say to me that I'm doing an incredible job and that they wish they could find a psychiatrist like me. I'm an actor. I couldn't give anybody any advice.
You should just start dispensing advice and medication.
Really?
Yeah. Take these, you'll feel better. Whoa, all right.
That would be fun.
I find this very hard to believe, but you were voted ugliest girl in the 6th grade.
True. On the bus. Thank you. Thank you.
I can do one worse than that. I was voted prettiest girl in the 6th grade.
You know, you're very funny.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I wasn't kidding. My voice
Yes,
changed
you
when I
were.
was 28, and then came back. What was it? Now, why did that happen? I find that very hard to believe. I mean, I think it would be really good for girls to hear that. You know?
Yeah, I was like a tomboy, and
Who voted that? First of all,
the kids did.
Kids are
The
creepy.
kids, yeah, they are creepy. They're mean.
So this wasn't like some kind of school-run election, you know?
No.
And who is ugliest?
No, it was just the kids on the bus that did it to me. I remember going home crying to my father how much I didn't want to go back to school, and he kept going, Lorraine, what's the matter? What's the matter? And he sat me on his lap, and I said, I voted the ugliest girl on the bus, and, I never want to go back to school. And, your father can so quickly remedy things and, turn around, well, you're the most beautiful girl to me.
Aww.
So that helped.
That was nice of him to do that.
Yeah, sure. He's a good guy.
I know that it must be strange for you now because your daughter, a lot of actors have their kids go into acting. It just happens. I've seen it happen a lot, and I think their kids see that their mother or their father's acting. Your daughter took a different path, right?
Yeah, I call it rebellion. She'll be a senior at NYU, and she's going to do pre-law business, and she got a 4.0.
I love how that's rebellion. It's like.
I lived in Tribeca, and I dragged these kids all over to every single off-Broadway play, rock concert.
Right.
I took her to go see Madonna when she was like 9.
Right.
And it was pre-law? I'm like, what's wrong with you? What's that about?
That's such an odd reaction.
Yes, I know.
Why are you doing this to me?
And you know what? I also said to her when she came home with she warned me she was going to get a 4.0, and I said, oh. So finally, I got the paper, and it says, Margot and a 4.0 in all of these stupid classes.
Wow.
And I said, I did say to her, though, that they switched her at birth, but I'm not giving her back.
Great.
I like her too much.
But you expected the more artistic path.
Well,
That's
sure
it.
I did.
Were you a good student?
No, I was a terrible student. It's like shocking to me that,
Yeah.
She had to pull, I didn't go to college, so, she had to kind of pull me through,
Right.
How many applications do we have to do?
Right.
And what is this point system,
Right.
So.
You're a dream parent for most kids.
Yeah, I am.
What is this D?
But that's
Delightful.
That's why I said.
It worked out. Well, The Sopranos, of course, is on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock p.m. on HBO, and everyone says it's the best show on TV. Congratulations on everything. Really great having you. Lorraine Bracco, everyone. Craig Bierko coming up. He's a funny guy.